Hello everyone, and welcome back to Conquest. Today, we're going after Tarfields, and also probably Humid Coastline because you need to defeat Tarfields in order to get to Humid Coastline. Now, there's a reason I wanted to do Humid Coastline. I do not remember what it was, I'm gonna be completely honest. Anyways, we're doing Tarfields. I know there's thorium here, I know there's oil like just sitting around that you can pump out of the ground, so there's going to be a lot of new research that we can get this episode. So let's do it. Got all of our resources except for blast compound. I could try to make some blast compound in Stained Mountains to launch over here, but I feel like we may end up turning Tarfields into our new launching sector, mostly because, well, it's going to have thorium in it, and you're going to need thorium to get all the cool stuff like phase fabric and surge alloy. Okay, anyways, let's go ahead and grab the factory core here. Make sure that we are maxed out on our resources, and let's do this. Yep, and that looks to have pretty much every single resource that we have available. Okay, now, is this all set? Is this all working? No, because I still don't have power nodes in my blueprint. Now we do. We're making polys, we're making monos. Okay, let's actually go ahead and take a look. Is Tarfields any different than I remember? No, it's not. It looks to be the exact same. We've got our lead patch over here that I'll probably end up using. We've got all of our copper and coal. We've got water. The two oil nodes that I usually use, this one and this one over here. Actually, is this smaller? I feel like the sector's smaller than usual. Maybe not. I did end up using this oil patch for power, I believe, last time. I don't know, it just feels smaller. It's kind of weird. Okay, anyways, I assume the drop zone's over here. Indeed, it is. That's good. We do have our choke point here. And I do know last time I did this, there was Vela, so we are going to need to use plastanium walls to defend against that, and probably need to thicken them, because we are on eradication difficulty. There's going to be at least 2 of them. I guess we get started. We're going to go ahead and grab all the basic resources. We already have polys and monos, which I might actually want to get power first, mostly because I have no core input space right now. I really need to rework this blueprint because it's just, how many inputs do we have? 7, and we can get 9 by deconstructing the kickstarting thing. That's not a lot. So we need to definitely get some more of that. So let's think. What do we actually want to use for power here? We either go with differential or the standard steam generator. If we do end up using the steam generator, we can simply pump out some oil from the ground here, turn that into coal via the coal extractor or coal centrifuge, and then turn that into steam power. Now, I used to have a blueprint for this. Let's see if I still have it. I do. Oil to steam power. You basically just stack a whole bunch of these in a line, and then that works perfectly. Oh, also, sector review. Totally forgot to do that. Okay, what do we got in here? We've got the entire place is made out of sand. Unfortunately, it's not black sand, but that really doesn't matter because we have oil patches basically everywhere. They're quite large. They're abundant. We've got plenty to go around. We've got plenty of water. No spores, unfortunately, which I guess isn't really that bad because, you know, there's plenty of oil everywhere for power. If you want to make blast compound, that's not really that great, though. We do have a nice amount of lead, copper, titanium, some coal patches around, and of course, if you need more coal, you can always just get it from oil. And more importantly, the first sector that has thorium in it. Now, there's also no thermal, but who really cares? We do have our first sector with thorium in it. I'm gonna give this 7. How long have we yapped for this time? Probably 5 minutes? Okay, whatever. Let's just get this going here. All right, and this is the amount of steam turbines that I can build with 1 oil. Pretty good. Okay, anyways, we are also going to need to kickstart this, so let's just get a simple this, and this, and this. And now we're going to need to get water in there, so let's just do... The first wave's already here. What? Oh, we're gonna have to get our defenses built right now. Okay, let me get power going first. That is kind of more important. Now, the only issue with this is kickstarting it is rather difficult. We should have coal, we should have water. Let's see if I can just turn this on here. Come on, all I need is for 1 of these to go. There we go. Now it's kickstarted. We've got plenty of power to go around. Just make sure we have an ample supply of water. And now let's go get some actual defenses in place here. Come on, assist player. Where are they going? Oh my god, they're going for the defense already? No! Actually, wait, hold on. I'm not going to allow this to happen. That doesn't use pyrite. Uh-oh, plastanium. Screw it. No, stop. Go away. Okay, not good. Oh, not good. Okay, those crawlers should be destroyed by the thing over there. Dude, the wave timer reduction is ridiculous, man. I did not see this coming. You really do have to build your defenses basically off-rib whenever you land in a sector. Are plastanium walls better? 4,000 versus 3,840. Oh, wow, they actually are. Now, the healing factor is a different story, but, you know, we'll get there when we get there. Let's just do this. And for now, there we go. Okay, this should hopefully defend. Now, the real question is, are we actually going to have our resources get here in time? Because we have a whopping 17 seconds for the conveyor belt to fill up. My guess is absolutely not. Let's get a couple of menders over here. Actually, just 3 of them for now will do. We will put a power node right there, respawn, grab some pyrite myself, because I can get it over there faster than the conveyor can. Not really, but just barely, and I will dump this in here. We have some ammo to destroy these 2 maces. Okay, that should hold for 5 waves. Now we need to get power. Okay, we've got menders, we've got defenses, we've got power. I think we're going to be alright for at least a little bit. This isn't even plugged in over here. What is going on? Oh, right, yeah, because this isn't even powered. 7.2, that should be enough. Okay, let's get our not basic resources going. Let's get the things that we can't really get a whole lot of. Graphite is one of them. And let's just add an extra one there. Okay, graphite's done. We have lead and copper via our monos. Let's go ahead and grab some titanium. Where's the nearest patch? Probably up here somewhere. I might end up using this. So let's use this one over here to actually just mine. What else do we need? Silicon. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of that. And what better way to get it than just by slamming down a whole bunch of factories? That's the only way that we can really get it. Do I want to try to use a crucible this time? We would need to make pyrite, which is just lead, coal, and sand. Do we have a lead vein nearby a coal vein? Right here we do. And we have a bunch of oil here as well, which we could use to get the coal for this. I think let's do that. Let's shoot for... Ooh, actually, how much can a pyrite mixer make? 0.75? 0.75 and 0.66 are rather annoying ratios. 2/3 and 3/4. I think we go for 2 of these, because that'll give us 10 silicon. That's going to be more than enough, surely, right? Yeah, that should be all right. Okay, now, I do have a schematic for this, and also, I did just go ahead and grab the plastanium conveyor research. I didn't even realize we had access to that. We do, so I got it. Anyways, so I can now build all of my cool schematics, like the stackable differential generator, glass schematic, and the tileable silicon crucible. Unfortunately, this thing is not very good anymore because you have to manually input the pyrite, and that's kind of annoying. So instead of doing that, I think I'm going to do something like this. Now, I'm fairly certain this works. I don't actually know this. If I put sand in there, it does get unloaded. Okay, good. So that does work. So this is going to unload sand and coal from the pyrite mixer and go into the crucible and make pyrite, which also goes into the crucible. Can I really just get away with that? Except, yeah, that's gonna happen. I think that works. Does that work? I don't know. Trying to design a schematic in the middle of this is not a great idea, but this should, in theory, go into there. Yeah, it does. Okay, so I think this actually works. Yep, and we are going back to the good old standard zipper setup. I know, I could optimize this, but, you know, we're gonna save the schematic episode for when I can actually, you know, build everything. Can't even make surge alloy yet, you know? Okay, now also, we're gonna need a whopping 8 coal per second. And that should do it. And now we're going to need a stupid amount of sand. We need 11 sand per second. Okay, and that should be our silicon crucibles up and running. Very nice. Now these make 10.66. The titanium conveyor can... Hang on a minute. Titanium conveyors used to do 11, didn't they? No, surely not. Okay, I did see that there was a couple updates for the game. The only changes to the actual campaign, I thought, was the move speed of the normal conveyors is increased to 6.5 items per second, up from like 4.3 or something. Interesting. Titanium conveyors either went down by 1 or have stayed the same, and I'm just misremembering everything. And plastanium is still the same at 40. Okay, so now the issue with the silicon now is that 1 belt isn't enough. How lame is that? We're going to have to run 2 belts. And I don't even know how that's going to work. Or I just don't even do that at all, and we just run a plastanium conveyor because that can do 40. I like this plan better. Let's do that. Absolutely beautiful stuff. We've got silicon for days. And just in time too, because we're almost out. Okay, let's see. We've got everything up here. The only thing we're missing is scrap, plastanium, and glass. Do we have lead nearby? Maybe. Also, I haven't checked on the defense in a while. We probably should do that. How are we doing over here? Just fine. Let's go ahead and tear out all this, even though, yes, there is a phase weaver right there. I unfortunately cannot rebuild it because I don't have it unlocked yet. Anyways, let's go ahead and grab our first bits of thorium, shall we? Boom. Now, how much did we get in the research tree from that? Like half the tree. Okay. Ooh. Fuse. That would be great. We've got thorium wall. We've got the new repair turret. We've got the logic processor. We've got the disassembler. We're making thorium out of scrap. We have the oil extractor. Very nice. impulse pumps, which used to be red but are now not red. Plated conduit, plated or armored conveyor. We've got a vault. We can get the next reconstructor and the final core. Holy, this is going to be amazing. We should have done this earlier. Also, I forgot to read the research thingy. Let's just go ahead and do that now. The outskirts of an oil production zone between the mountains and desert, one of the few areas with usable tar reserves. Although abandoned, this area has some dangerous enemy forces nearby. Do not underestimate them. Research oil processing technology if possible. I already have, basically, but you know what? That's all right. Let's go ahead and get as much of this as possible. There we go. Thorium has been acquired. We're in the end game now. We really should just extract as much thorium as physically possible. There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. Whoa, wait, what happened to power? Wait a minute! Please kill them. Oh no. Stop. 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 No, no, no! Are you serious? Okay, anyways, how are you all doing today? I think we're doing fantastic. Where did they come from? I have no idea. Was it over here and they went this way? Was it over here and they went around? I don't know. We need to figure out where they came from so we don't die to them again. Or we just ignore the problem and make more plastanium because I like that better. Okay, let's do that instead, and we'll just watch the waves spawn in, and we will find where they are, and then destroy them all. This should be enough for 3 plus a little bit, so I'm just going to put 4 compressors down. I don't have a schematic for that. I do. Oh my god, wait a minute. How long have I had this for? Isn't that just so great? There we go. Unfortunately, not a lot. Plastinium compressors are rather slow, and it is 2 to 1 on titanium. Long day for that, but we have some, so that's good enough. Okay, so now the only thing we're not making any of is blast compound and scrap. I don't think we're going to need scrap. We do need blast compound. We do need some more pyrite because we're going to use that as ammo. Where are the air units spawning in? Just crawlers again. They should get destroyed. Ooh, they're getting a little close there. Can you shoot plastanium? No. 8 damage, 37 area damage. Unfortunately, no effects. But we, maybe we do blast compound and we get some cryo fluid. I think that's actually a good idea. So let's start working on that. Let's do it over here. We have lead and... Yeah, okay. Over here. Oh. Flyers? Yes. Okay, and they're going... Oh, wait. This is not good. Oh, we're gonna have to deal with this again. Not good. Not good. Where are they going? Straight for the power. Oh, it's going again. Oh, no, not again, dude. Every time I do this myself. Oh, dude, really? Oh, come on, man. The plastinium... Oh. Eventually, I'm going to run out of resources, and I'm not going to be able to rebuild this. Oh, we're out of graphite. Yep, I knew it. I knew this would happen. Okay, we have some power. It's not a lot, but it should be able to sustain the base for a little bit. Let's get graphite back up. We're going to have to get more of this stuff. Okay, we are not doing so great. Not great at all. Oh, no. Oh, I can't even build more swarmers. That's not good at all. Uh-oh. Please shoot them. Oh my, this is not good. Oh, we got more, don't we? No, we don't. Oh, okay. Holy, we're actually okay. We can afford to build these, and I'm just going to load it up with plastanium for now. This, hopefully, will defend against air for at least a little bit. It should give me enough time to get blast compound, and then I can just beef everything up. Okay, that should do it. Let's get blast compound, and also fix this. Oh, wait, the tar pit's on fire. All right, hold on. Oh, they're going the other way! No! Oh god, dude, you can't make this up. Give me the stuff. Oh, they lit the other tar pit on fire, didn't they? Oh no. Not again. Not like this. Oh, you've got this. You can't make this up. The poly saved me, holy dude. Yo, big up the... This is not good. Alright, well, hold on. Again. Now, I will say, putting out a core fire is a lot harder than putting out a oil pit fire, because how much flammable material do I have in there? 2,000! Oh my god, I actually put it out. There's no way. Okay, well, everything is breaking. Why is this on fire? That's awesome. Okay, cool. Can we just get the stupid ammo back up here? Guys, this is not going well. This is not going well at all. So let's see here. The core's fine. This is put out so we can rebuild the plastanium compressors, assuming we have enough resources to do it. We don't. Well, typical. Man, graphite. Graphite still? What's your problem? There's no what? How? I haven't even been boosting the graphite drills. What have I been doing? No wonder we don't have any. Okay, let's get this built up. Then we gotta go put out this fire. God. Oh, the wall's gone. The wall's gone. The wall's gone. The wall is gone. Jesus, dude, this is not going well at all. Silicon should be back up and running any second now. I just wanted to get blast compound. That's all that I wanted. Okay, yeah, we're going to need to seriously beef up our defenses. This is just not going to work. Okay, the whole thing's gone. All right, when in doubt, more walls. Okay, you know what? Screw this. I'm just going to let that sit there. We're probably going to lose, but I don't care at this point. I'm just going to go get some stupid blast compound build. Spores. Nice. Cool. Power. Now we've got blast compound. Ooh, also, you know what? We have some thorium. Let's grab some research. The ones that I know that I'm going to want. Impulse pump for more liquid extraction. Plated conduit so we can have liquids that run next to each other that don't output, and no leaking. We also have the armor conveyor, which is the same thing. I did a terrible job explaining that. Okay, basically, if I do this, and then I put a drill down, it's not going to output because it's armored. That's why those are great. It's the same thing for the conduits. Fuse, we can get fuse. I'm probably going to use that, actually. Fuses are great, and I do have a little bit extra. Unfortunately, I do not think I can afford anything. Yep, I think that's going to be it. Well, no, let's grab walls. Now, I do know the thorium walls are going to be better than the scrap ones, because they have 3,200, and you can afford to put 2 of them down, so that's 4,800. Nope, that is not how math works. 6,400. Ay. Okay, whatever. Anyways, is it what? Why? Oh. You know, if I had an armored conveyor just then, we wouldn't have this problem. There we go. Okay, blast compound acquired. We have ammo. Holy. Oh, Horizon, there's so many of them. They blew everything up. It's fine, just rebuild it. Oh, that's why they're going for the container. Okay, I think we might be fine. Thorium walls. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Good luck getting through that, bruh. Let's just start spamming turrets everywhere. And I'm going to be using Cyclone. We have plenty of plastinium to go around. We need more titanium. Let's get that right now. I think there's a... Yep, patch right up here. There we go. Okay, we've got extra titanium. No, we don't. I didn't even plug it in yet. Now we do. Now we need some extra graphite. Oh, wow. Would you look at that? There's a whole bunch of coal here. There we go. More graphite. Okay, are we good? No. Okay, wow. Who'd have guessed? Time to start ripping some things out. I am simply going to line the wall with plastinium and then cram these guys in wherever they fit. 10 waves, and it is a Vela, and I'm going to assume there's... Holy... Oh, no. This is what I was afraid of. Oh, I'm so lucky. I'm actually so lucky. There's no way I was able to pull that off. Yeah, see, this is why I wanted to line literally everything with plastinium and then just spam them. Yeah, unfortunately, this box needs to move, but I don't know where to put it, and I don't want to waste all the ammo in there because that could serve us really well, you know? Okay, now another thing, oh, right, yeah, we don't have any glass. Let me go make some real quick. All right, 8 glass per second, that should be enough. Okay, so it looks like we survived. We have 33 seconds and an ample amount of resources. Let's go ahead and just get this fixed up here. Okay, get all of this out of the way. And that will be giving everyone the frozen debuff, and then we can put a whole bunch of these guys everywhere. That will be blasting everything with the blast compound. And a couple of these things are going to be cryo boosted because they'll be close, and unfortunately I can't really do that with the rest of this because I built it poorly, but that's okay. These 2 are the only ones that won't be able to have the boost because I can just do this. There we go. Now that should be a pretty good defense. Unfortunately, I'm an idiot and did not include room for menders, so I guess I can put one over here. I might actually just take this guy out and put another mender here, maybe just 2 of them. Make sure the ammo can actually get to where it needs to be, and also put another box right there. I think that'll be good for defenses for now. Let's go grab some cryo fluid. I think that'll do for now. We're out of silicon. What happened to the silicon? What? Oh, I never repaired the lead drills. Gotta say, impulse pumps are ridiculous. 171? 5 waves to go until we're dead. Okay, I need to get that cryo fluid over there as soon as possible. Get more turrets beefed up. We need to get some down here as well because the Horizons did make it there. That's not great. Okay, but there we go. That should be a lot of cryo fluid. I could double it if we need, but I don't think I will. Okay, there we go. Cryo fluid has been supplied. Now we should do a lot of damage. Okay, great. Now let's get some blast compound down to here. Now, the real question is, do we have enough for the Vela? Because that thing is tough. Oh, and swarmers can shoot blast compound. Right. We can dump a bunch of swarmers in here too. Okay, also, we do have 7,900 thorium, so we can go ahead and unlock the oil extractor, which is going to be very, very great for sectors, not like this one, that don't have oil. Okay, anyways, oil extractor right here. Affinities, 70% on normal sand, 200% on shale. So this is actually going to produce 30 oil per second, and the only input you need is 9 water and a little bit of sand. So that's actually quite good. We can get a lot of oil out of this, which we are going to need because launch pads or landing pads or one of the pads requires oil. I don't know which one, but one of them does. I think it's launching, because you're launching, you need fuel to fuel the launcher or the rocket. You know, that makes sense. Okay, we have one wave to go. How are we doing so far? We're doing pretty good. Yeah, the only issue is ammo distribution, because it's very slow. Not a whole lot I can do about that, because I've kind of crammed everything in the corner here. I think this might actually be a good idea. We just have so many boxes of ammo around everywhere. Okay, 8 seconds. Can we survive a Vela? That is the question. I'm probably just going to have these guys on rebuild, and they will just try to rebuild once the Velas are here. Okay, here we go. No shields, so I think we're going to be all right. Let's see. Yep, and there's the lasers. Guess what, bozo? We got plastinium walls. Sector captured like it was nothing. Okay, yeah. Cryofluid blast compound cyclones. Clean those out. No problem. Okay, well, there we go. Went a little overkill on defenses, but I'd rather go overkill than be dead. What did we unlock? Oh, it is nighttime over here. Alright, looks like we unlocked Impact 0078 and Humid Coastline. Okay. Which of those do I want to go to is the question. Ooh, I totally missed the mass driver. I'm just going to grab that. Not going to be super useful right now, but good to have. I think Impact is Surge Alloy, is it not? Or maybe it's nuclear production. I have no idea. Impact is the next factory. The next drill is nuclear production. So maybe we actually go to Impact. But what was on Humid Coastline? It also appears to be a water sector, because, I mean, Humid Coastline, seriously. Maybe a boat defense would be kind of interesting. But whatever the case, we need to just increase production of everything in this sector. We also need to go grab the vault research, and we're probably just going to tear this all out and replace the entire thing with vaults around the area, because this can no longer be attacked, so this is now just going to be turned into a factory sector. And the great thing about this is we're already making blast compound over here, so I can just reroute this to the core, and we can actually bring blast compound with us to the new sectors we go after. Okay, so I think I'm going to go over to ground zero. Gonna crank up the speed all the way up. That should probably do it. Yeah, that should probably do it. Head back over to Tarfields and see that we have a lot of resources available, so I can actually go ahead and grab the vault research. Let's go ahead and tear this core out here, and then surround it with vaults. But also, we should probably go ahead and grab the nucleus core, which I unfortunately just decided to tear everything out, so that was kind of stupid. There we go. Okay, so now we've got some extra capacity here, so let's just keep doing that until we have enough research to grab nucleus core, which is basically just, we just need thorium. Okay, there we go. We've got enough for the nucleus core. Now we can actually launch with a decent core, finally. Okay, let's go ahead and tear these out. Upgrade this guy, and now we can do the full optimal core layout, which is basically you do this with your vaults on both sides, and then you do this, this, and then 2 containers. This is the most amount of extra storage you can get on a core. Let's also go ahead and reroute the blast compound now that we no longer need it for defense. There we go. I'll also go ahead and respawn to the core to unlock the alpha. Very nice. And now I believe we're producing everything. I guess scrap. We could go ahead and grab some. We might as well. All right, there's scrap. There's blast compound. Now there's only one thing left that we need to produce in this sector, at least that we have access to, and that would be some pyrite. Yep, it's not going to be too difficult. We basically just need to grab some sand, some coal, and some lead. We definitely have that around here somewhere. Yeah, there's a lead vein up here, and we don't need this defense anymore, so let's just get rid of it. Now, the easy thing about this is there's already a pyrite line here, and it was the ammo line. So we just have to simply reverse the direction of this line, and that should take us right the way back to the core, where we can simply just input straight in, and that will be all resources being produced in Tarfields. At least I hope. What's going on here? Oh yeah, power. Right, that's probably important. There we go. Okay. All resources are being produced, so now all we really have to do, go back to ground zero yet again, crank speed all the way up, head back over to Tarfields, and as you can see, we have plenty of resources. Now, I think the simulation did not really pick up that I'm making a decent amount of pyrite yet, but we don't really need that much. We can only launch... Actually, we have the new core now. How much can we launch with? 6,500 of each, so that's actually not so bad. Okay, so we can launch with 6,500. We have more than enough. Let's go ahead and head over to Humid Coastline. I have no idea what this is. I don't think I've done this one before. Actually, I could be wrong. I have no idea. Let's just go over there and find out. But before we do that, let's load up the testing world real quick and get a new core schematic, because we have the nucleus now. Now, when I was making the last core schematic, I did kind of misspeak a little bit. You have this amount of space, a 15 by 15 area. The core does not have to be in the middle. It can be on one of the corners. So I'm thinking I might give that a shot. If we do something like this, if we go ahead and just grab this box and we put it right here, we have this space available to build units. So we've got a lot more than I did last time, which allows us to make a core schematic like this. As you can see, the core itself is actually off-center. We still have the full storage capacity, but we also have the differential generator, cryofluid mixer. We've got the water extractor to get water for the cryo mixer. We also have a cyclone and a swarmer running off of blast compound, plus 2 mono and 2 poly factories right here. Okay, let's go ahead and save this as nucleus core schematic, and that is good to go. All right, as for Humid Coastline, the real question is this coastline but renamed, or is this a new sector? I have no idea. Let's find out. Well, I can tell you right now, I have never been here before. This is a brand new sector. I wonder what happened to Coastline then. Maybe this is a rework. I am not sure, but this is rather interesting. Also, there's a lot going on here. So let's go ahead, take a look. We have got large veins of every single resource, including thorium. Now, the thorium veins are a little small, but that is to be expected from thorium. We have thermal. We've got oil shale, which I guess that's mostly where the titanium is located at. It's kind of interesting that all the titanium in basically every sector that I've seen usually tends to spawn on shale. There's probably some scientific reasoning for that, because titanium probably exists more often in the mountains or something like that, but I'm not sure. But anyways, we've got all the resources. We've got sand, we've got shale, we have got thermal. The only thing that's missing is oil, but we have got plenty of water for growing spores if we ever need to do so. We're also missing spores, but still, this is a very, very nice sector. Lots of water, lots of resources, lots of room, and it's got basically everything you could ever hope for. So this one is going to get a... We probably need to repair some things. Is there anything in any of these vaults? No, let's just rip them out. Whatever. Let's get started. So we need to probably get defenses going as soon as possible. Drop zones up here. There looks to be a lot of deep water, so whatever it is going to be spawning, boats probably, we can't wall them off. So we're going to have to somehow get ammo up there. Why are you making horizon? Oh my, I'm an idiot. I'm gonna have to go update the core schematic anyways. Whatever. You guys can just come up here and just chill, I guess. Got a little bit of a slow start on this one, but we do need to go get some actual, ammo and defenses built. So let's go grab some blast compound and run it up. Luckily, it looks like most of this water you can build over. The deep stuff here you can't, but we have a decent amount of shallow stuff, so this is not so bad. Now, the real question is, where is the actual drop zone and the radius of it? Okay, so it's right here. So we'll probably want to... Looks like we can actually wall off over here, and I will actually probably end up doing that. Unfortunately, build speed is going to be a serious problem. At least I can get something started. Also, is the ammo coming? No, because I missed a single block. I think I'm just going to throw up a couple of cyclones. Hopefully they'll be able to reach. If they can't, we will use some swarmers because they do have higher range. I mean, we really only need 3 of them probably down here, and then we can just get 3 of them over here, and that'll be, yeah, good enough. And then we can just do something like that. And then also put in some pumps because we're on water. And just in case, I'm going to go ahead and throw up a couple of these with some pumps as well. There we go. That should be our defense there. Let's go ahead and get this one over here. And I'm actually going to run around because I don't want anything to attack me. That's also way too close. And they do actually have some ground defenses, which is a little interesting. Okay, I was not expecting that. I will say that much. And that should be good for defenses for at least a little bit while we get the rest of our resource production up and running, which we may not even need because there's only 30 waves. But there's a lot of resources here, and I might turn this into the actual launch sector because there's just more space to work with here. Well, we'll see. Okay, anyways, first things first. can't rebuild the surge smelters, unfortunately. So they'll have to go. And we do have some boats. We probably need to get power. I wonder how I'm going to do that. Oh wait, I know. There is a free 1,800 power by doing absolutely nothing. This is why we like thermal. Now, did that use a lot of resources to build? Absolutely it did. Was it worth it? Absolutely it was. 5,800 power by doing absolutely nothing. Amazing stuff. So that is power. Let's just grab some resources while we're here. We might as well. Think we're gonna need that much, but you know, nice to have some extra thorium for research, because I still don't have all of it. And what else should we get? We probably should get graphite and silicon, because those are usually the ones that I run out of. And you know, also, can I unlock this? Unfortunately not. We don't have a whole lot of resources. If we had more thorium, I could get multiplicative reconstructor and make maybe tier 2 boats? Tier 3 boats, not the healing boats, but we can do the tier 3 normal boats if we had enough thorium for this. Should have stuck around a little longer and got more of this stuff. The reason I'm saying this is I kind of want to try to make some boats for defense, because again, you can't really wall this off if boats come after us, so I'd like to have at least something on standby to defend, and what better way to do that than units? I usually tend to not make units for defense, but I think this playthrough is unfortunately going to have to break that streak, because things are going to get very difficult very quickly, so we'll probably end up doing that. So may as well start early. Let's make some units. And actually, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to reroute the thorium down to here. I almost said titanium. I literally had to catch myself. That's crazy. We'll reroute that down there. We've got our glass already. We just need silicon and graphite. Looks like we're still doing good on our defenses over here. Ooh, we do have some flare though. They did get destroyed, but we do need to be careful. We have some defense over here. We don't have a lot, though. Now, the real question is using the extra amount of coal better to make silicon crucibles? I have no idea. Okay, well, that is enough for 2 silicon crucibles again. So actually, I think I'm just going to do that, and I might as well just make this into a schematic. Will this work? That's the real question. I don't know if these things are going to interfere with each other or not. I have no idea, so let's just see what happens. Well, it actually seems to be working. I guess I don't know why this wouldn't work, as long as these bridges aren't connected to each other. So yeah, I think this would work. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this run for a little bit. We're gonna run this into the core here, and then if it's still working in a little bit, then I'll know that that blueprint is actually good, and I will just save that off. So now that we've got silicon, now we've got metaglass, we need to grab some graphite. All right, and there's some graphite just like that. Is it efficient? Probably not. I need to just start using plastanium conveyors for literally everything, because they're just better. You can actually get throughput on them, but this will have to do for now. Okay, so I think that should be good for all of our resources, so we can actually go ahead and just plug these in now. And also, let's go ahead and set the output of this to just kind of sit right here. Yeah, that'll do for now. Okay, also, as it appears here, we still don't have enough sand, but Silicon Crucible is actually still working, so I'm just going to go ahead and save this off. Tileable Silicon Crucible. And it already exists, so let's replace the old one, because this one is simply better. And actually, if I was smart about this, I'd probably put a power node here. There we go. Tileable Silicon Crucible. Beautiful stuff. Now, the real question is, do we still have enough thorium? We do. Let's just go ahead and grab that. Now, how much did we actually use from our reserves? Almost all of it? Well, that's all right. But we can also unlock the Bride. We can unlock Mega. That's going to be really nice for building. We can unlock the Zenith for attacking, Spur Rocket for more attacking, the Quasar for more attacking, and the Fortress for, you guessed it, more attacking. Very nice. Now, we also just got a couple new sectors, it looks like. We did, right. Extraction, Outpost, and Overgrowth. Now that we can actually attack those with tier 3s. Oh, there's Naval Fortress and Testing Grounds. That also looks to be new. Man, a lot of stuff going on. Well, anyways, we can make tier 3s now. Do we want to do it, and how quickly are they built? 30 seconds. Each one of these takes 45, so this is 90 with... Hold on. Okay, there's a nice ratio here. So if we have 30 seconds for one of these. Each one of these takes 45. So it'd be 1.5 of these. Yeah, it is 3 to 2. The math checks out. I just don't know how to explain it, I guess. But this would be the optimal ratio. So, and also, what do these take to build? Just some titanium, which we are not mining, but we could be. You know what? Screw it. Let's rip this all out and actually do that. Oh yeah, right. We are currently at, defending. Are we doing fine? There's a lot of boats. A lot of flares. But we're doing all right. Okay, well, we'll deal with that later. I'm more interested in making boats right now. Also, we probably should make some more blast compound as ammo, although I think 5,000 might just last us the rest of the sector, so maybe I don't really need to worry about that. Okay, so that should do it. Now, all we have to do, get this up here, get all of the graphite out of the line, run this into here, and that should be it. Except this is now stuck because there's no water. Hold on. Now, hopefully this thing will work. I have not tested it, so I guess we will find out once it doesn't. Okay, anyways, you guys can go up here and just chill. And we may also just want to grab some power lines up here as well, because, you know, we might as well. We've got power to go around. And then chuck in a couple menders up here, you know, couldn't hurt. Yep. Looks like we're doing all right. They do appear to be wanting to go this way, so I might want to actually beef that up over there. Ooh, look at that guy. Okay, now what does this guy do? Very nice. Okay, that'll be great for defense. Okay. And honestly, yeah, just stationing them over here might be a good idea. And then actually, can we just like wall this off here? And then wall this off here. And then we will want everyone to go this way. Actually, we can set all these guys up kind of over here. So they'll either go this way, and then we'll just have them stationed on both sides. And then I guess if they go this way, that won't be an issue. I was about to say, they keep lobbing things over my walls and destroying the conveyors. There's not really much I can do about that except for armoring them. Unfortunately, the weak point is the router, so there's not really much I can do about that. Well, there is something I can do about that. Hold on. Oh, and it looks like, oh, there's a tier 3 boats. Oh dear. Ooh, we've got some Zenith. But yeah, we can ammo them with unloaders. That would also work. Yep, so let's actually just do that. Yeah, a lot of boats going on here. A lot of boats. Okay. Still doing good on ammo. Still destroying all the air units. I think we'll be just fine. We also, let's just grab some of these guys and put them up here. And then we'll just leave the rest that get created down there. Okay. Okay, yep, I think we're going to be perfectly fine in this sector. There's not a whole lot more that I need to do. So, you know, I think we might actually just go ahead and skip some waves for the first time in, I think, since Frozen Forest. Well, maybe we should wait just a little bit for more ammo to get here. But other than that, yeah, I think we can just skip some waves. Oh, there's 2-3 boats in there. And they do still destroy my defense. Okay, well, ooh, hold on. I do know that we've got the advanced repair point. So let's actually grab that and slap one down right here, because that can repair some of our boats, and we can put another one over here, repair some more of our boats. There we go. Now we have nothing to worry about. Let's get some waves. Okay, now, I have gotten myself a little worried, because in there, you did see that there was tier 3 boats already. So does that mean the Guardian's a tier 4? That's not good. So I think I'm going to actually just, you know, wall this side off, get all of my boats to go to the other side, and then hopefully stronghold out from the here. Getting a little worried, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, well, this is gonna have to do, because there's about 5 seconds left, so here we go. And, oh, just real quick. Oh, perfect timing for the pause there. Anyway, oh yeah, those are tier 4s. Okay, do we have enough units and... Bro, what was that? You can't just do that! Holy! Well, it looks like our little guys are making them sit here, which is great. Holy, they have so much health. Bruh. Well, sector captured, but good grief, that could have been very, very bad. I am very happy I decided to build some units, because that would have not gone well. They would have just walked right the way down the, you know, river, and then just destroyed me, because I don't think we even would have done a third of their damage, because they kept destroying all of the lines here. Should have used plastinium walls. Okay, well, there you go. Humid Coastline is down. I didn't read the lore page for this. Hold on. Remnants of an alloy synthesis technology have been detected at this location. Repel the enemy attacks, capture the sector, and acquire the technology. Is this the Surge Smelter? Oh my god. It's the Surge Smelter. Holy, that's amazing. We have Surge Alloy. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Okay, well, you know what? It does take copper, lead, titanium, and silicon, which is a lot of resources, so we might have to move our resource export to Humid Coastline because we've got more space to work with. Well, I guess we can check. Does Tarfields have any extra space for any, like, silicon production? Do we have any more lead veins available? We do. We've got this here. We've got copper. We've got titanium. I could just make some surge crucibles here real quick. You know what? Sure, why not? All right, well, I'm not going to lie. I think I just made a tileable surge smelter schematic. Now, I don't know if this is going to work, so I'm just going to slap 5 of them down and then see what happens. Okay, I got copper. Now, as for silicon, this is going to be a little interesting. How are we going to do this? Do I want to do this again? Do we have additional lead? Not really. I think we might just have to do just a large array of normal smelters, which that's not so bad. Okay, now unfortunately this is all of the silicon smelters we're going to need. That's a lot. This is how much sand we need to run all this. This is ridiculous, by the way. There we go. Okay, so now we've got coal. Now we've got sand in all of the quantity that we need. That should be making all of the silicon that we need. Except it isn't plugged in, so boom, there we go. Look at all that absolutely beautiful silicon. Isn't it amazing? And then we can simply just do something like that, and now we have our silicon input, which, Oh, it looks like we made our first piece of surge alloy. How exciting is that? What is stuck in here? How are you even getting in there? Okay, so let's see what happens here. Is this one actually going to work, or are we going to get the wrong things in the wrong places again? Okay, I think this is actually working. There we go. Holy dude. Okay, there we go. We have our surge alloy. It is being... Never mind. No silicon, huh? Okay, you know what? I have no idea why that's happening. That doesn't even make sense. Okay, this should be working now. So... as you can see kind of right here, we've got copper and lead right here. There's 2 things here, nothing's happening to them. This is pulling from copper, this is doing nothing on lead. Okay, great. If I deconstruct this piece of plastinium conveyor right here, this titanium starts draining. Where is it going? Is it going into the middle of this bridge? Why is it doing that? I didn't think you could put anything into a bridge like that. I'm pretty sure you can't do that. Unless you have a plastinium conveyor? Am I going crazy? We've got a whopping 4 surge alloy per second in this sector. Not terrible, also not great, but at least we have a little bit that we can use for researching things like the surge alloy wall, and eventually the large surge alloy wall. And we can also get the meltdown once we have 12,000 of it. Unfortunately, that is going to have to wait for next episode, because that is going to be it for this one. We did quite a bit today, to be honest. We got Tarfields and we got Humid Coastline, both high threat sectors, and we got titanium and surge alloy technology. Very, very nice. We got a lot done. Next episode, I'm not really sure. We either go testing grounds and impact. Impact will get us... is that the phase weaver? I don't know, but that might be kind of nice. Or we head over to extraction and overgrowth, see if we can do some attacking. Or we head over here to tainted woods. We're definitely still not doing nuclear production complex. I do not have enough surge alloy for that just yet. Well, we're going to do one of those. I don't know which one, so I guess we'll figure that out next time. Goodbye.